Hello Brightsiders and welcome back. I am here today at Blyth Library, here with Lorraine. How are you today, Lorraine?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
Good stuff. So can you tell us what your role here is at Blyth Library?
I'm the Senior Library Assistant here at Blyth.
Oh, fantastic. So can you tell me how long has Blyth Library been here for exactly?
It's been a public library since April 1929.
Right.
But even before that, there was a form of library here since the late 1800s.
Wow, so that's quite a long time, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yeah, so I've noticed it's not just books that you show here in this library, you've got many other great things here, haven't you?
We have all sorts. A lot of people come to see the Ark Royal model.
Oh,
the
right.
Ark Royal was built here in Blyth.
Okay.
We also have our propellers and a lot of scratch models.
What can you tell us about the propellers?
The propellers came from the planes which were carried by the Ark Royal.
Oh, right, okay.
And they were flown in the Second World War. One actually has a bullet hole in it, which you can see.
Oh wow, that's amazing. So they're absolutely massive as well, aren't they? It must have taken quite some time to bring them in here, wasn't it?
It was way before our time. We've been here for a lot of years.
Wow.
Very, very heavy. And we go up to dust it, but we very rarely move them.
Ah, I see. And I've noticed you've got a lot of artworks here as well in the library, haven't you?
We have, yes. We've got a picture of what the docks would look like years ago.
Yeah.
We have another aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
Which was also built in Blyth, called HMS Audacity.
Oh, fantastic. There's some great works here at the library, isn't there? It's never always just about books. It's about artwork, it's about models. It's all history, isn't it?
It is, yes. And we have a great family history area as well, if anybody wants to find out about the family's past.
Oh, fantastic. I might see if I can find my name around there. So Brightsiders, we're here in the computer part of the library, here with Lorraine and here with Tracy. How are you, Tracy?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good stuff. So what do you do here at the library exactly?
I'm a library assistant here, and we just do all of the usual library jobs, like checking books out, keeping the place tidy, lots of shelving and things. Yeah.
Fantastic. So what can you guys tell me about this part of the library then?
This is our computer suite where people can come in, log on to the machine.
Yeah.
They may want to come in and play some games or do some coding. Could do the homework on computers here.
Oh, fantastic.
Or link to a printer, so yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean by coding exactly?
We have run coding clubs in the past where children learn how to make their own games
Oh,
on
right,
the
fantastic.
computer. So they put all the information in and the games appear on the screen, and it's been very fun in the past. They've made music with fruit and all different things, all through computers, yeah, really good.
It's amazing what you can do with technology, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what other online facilities do you have then with the computers?
We have a service called Borrow Box, so if you can't get into the library for any reason and you have IT at home, you can log on to our My Library website and download audio books, books to read off your device. You could find the history sites. There's quite a lot on there, isn't there?
There's quite a lot of online children's craft activities as well, like it can go on. We've recently just done Harry Potter night online.
Oh wow.
And there was lots of making spells and yeah, it was really fun.
That's great, so they can do all this from home as well, they don't have to come
Yeah.
to the library to do all this.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. Not only can you come here, but you can do it at home. That's great, isn't it?
So I'm just looking through these books and I can't believe the likes of Miranda Hart and Holly Willoughby have been writing. Is there any other celebrity authors you know of?
You'll find loads of celebrity authors in the library. You've got the likes of David Baddiel and David Williams who do funny books.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Bear Grylls who does lots of adventure books.
Yeah.
Tom Fletcher who does some really, really good children's books. You'll find all sorts in the library.
So I was just wondering, I'd quite like to take these books and read them at home. Is there any way I can go about that?
There is, yeah. If you contact your local library either by telephone or online, you can do what we call a select and collect bag, which is where the staff in those libraries will choose a selection of books for you.
Right.
They'll pop them in a little bag and they'll give you a time to come and collect them from our doors.
Sounds amazing. And how long are the time slots usually?
You get 15 minutes to pick it up. If you contact your local library, they'll be able to tell you what hours they're open because they're all different at the moment.
Okay, and is that just up live?
No, now you can do it at Blyth, Framlinton, Ashington, Morpeth, Hexham and Berwick.
Wow, right. Sounds amazing. Thank you so much for that. So, standing in front of all these books, it's really getting me thinking about what I'm going to wear as my costume for World Book Day this year. there's just so many things you can be creative with, isn't there?
There is, a book can take your imagination anywhere you want it to. We've got ninja meerkats, we've got Einstein, we've got monsters, we've got anatomy in there. You could go dressed as a skeleton, you could go dressed as a dinosaur, footballer, birds, anything you want you would find in a book. Your imagination is boundless.
And I just think having all these different colours and illustrations on the books, it really does just bring them to life, and it really does help you imagine what's going on in the book at the time and stuff. It's really good to see.
The use of colours for children's books is a huge draw. They'll see the monster, if they're into monsters, they'll see a monster and they'll pick the book up straight away, yes.
I love the idea of going as a pirate. I think that would be a really good costume for anyone.
I quite like the idea of ninja meerkats myself.
Me and Hub had a fantastic time at Blyth Library. Another thank you to Lorraine and Tracy for taking the time to talk to us all about the library and all the interesting facts about it. Now, one of the authors that we were discussing at the library was Gareth P Jones, and he has sent you a message for you guys to talk about some of his books.
Please stay calm, don't panic or be manic when you hear me say this planet is currently under attack. From an alien species come to blow you to pieces, then serve you bits with cheeses as a late night fondue snack. Don't get involved, this planet don't revolve around how you've evolved. No, there's nothing that you can do. Just take a vacation, leave the alien invasion to the organisation here to protect you.
They pretended to be friendly. All the time they'll fight those deadly enemies. They're the pet defenders, yeah, the pet defenders of Earth.
As you can imagine, I had a lot of fun recording the theme tune for the Pet Defenders, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the series now. The idea is pretty simple. The idea is that if you've got a dog or a cat or a guinea pig or a gerbil or a rabbit, any pet you might have, what you don't realise is the pets are working for a secret organisation designed to keep the world safe from alien attack. Aliens are constantly attacking the Earth, but it's the dogs and the cats and the guinea pigs and the gerbils and the rabbits who are looking after us and keeping the world safe. And they, of course, they have to keep it secret from us as well, because they know what we're like with our nuclear bombs. We'll just go and blow up the aliens and blow up ourselves. So we can't really be trusted. So the dogs and the cats have to deal with it. Now, all of these books, the idea was to try and make each title and each theme big and silly and sometimes a bit icky. The first one is called Attack of the Alien Dung, and it starts off with a sort of a large crop circle of cow poos, whatever that might be called, and this then forms a beetle, and then the beetle sort of gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it starts eating rubbish, and it's being chased after by Biscuit. Now, Biscuit is the dog, the main character, the main canine character in this series, beautifully drawn by Steve May. I love Steve's illustrations in all of these books, and Biscuit's chasing after this thing, and then he gets assigned a new partner in halfway through this book. She's called Mitzi. She's a cat. Now, dogs and cats don't always get on. I know sometimes they do, but in my books, in this series, it's the same. They don't instantly get on. They don't instantly hit it off, and they rub each other up the wrong way. Biscuit is all about like chasing after things and going with his gut. Mitzi is a bit more methodical and sensible in her investigations. So the two of them don't always agree on the best course of action. But over the series of books, they get to know each other and they get to like each other. And they have to stop the Earth being destroyed by various things, such as in book number 2, one of my favourites, Beards from Outer Space, in which alien beards are landing on people's faces and taking control of not just their chins but their minds. And the beards are trying to take over the world. Of course they are. We've all seen what the beards are like. We know what people with beards are like. They can't be trusted. And so in this series, Beards from Outer Space, Biscuit and Mitzi both have to try and prevent the beards from taking over the world, and at one point, as you can see here, Biscuit comes rather closer to a beard than he would like to. In book number 3, I thought it was time to take them off the planet, because so far in the first 2 books they'd only been on planet Earth. So on book number 3, I took them off planet and I took them to Planet Bogey. Planet Bogey is disgusting. I have to say, this is not a book to read while you are eating. This is not a book to write while you are eating. It is full of snot and bogies and disgusting stuff, but it's also full of some of the most fantastic aliens, once again drawn by the incredibly talented Steve May. Now, I'm going to confess something. I'm not very good at imagining what things look like, and I realise that's not a particularly good thing for an author, but luckily I have these fantastic illustrators who are. And what I did during the writing of these books is that if I ever struggled with what something looked like, if I didn't know what a snot snatcher looked like, I would simply say to Steve on Twitter, I'd go, Steve, what does a snot snatcher look like? And then he would go, and then he would draw me a snot snatcher and show me the picture, and I'd go, yeah, I'll describe that. It's got a long nose. And so that's how it worked with these series of books. I really love this one. Book number 4 is Revenge of the Atomic Burps, in which there are shapeshifters. Shapeshifters, I discovered, are quite hard to describe because they keep changing what they look like. Because they constantly, you never know what they look like. I mean, for all I know, you're sitting next to a shapeshifter right at the moment. I don't know. Because they can turn into anything. With these ones particularly, what they do is they drink fizzy pop, and then as they burp, it's the molecular structure of the burp which changes. The science is all in there. It's all carefully thought through. It's proper science fiction, this one. Book number 4. The Cheese from Dimension Bong, in which stinky alien cheese so strong that when you sniff it you fall unconscious is invading the world. And I had loads of fun writing this one. And again, Steve did an excellent job of drawing pictures, because I think there's only so many ways you can draw cheese. But somehow Steve managed to find lots of different ways to make these cheeses really come to life and jump off the pages. And it's another one of my favourites because it's such a silly one. Book number 6 is called Invasion of the Giant Nits. And I should be holding up a copy now, but I can't find my copy somewhere. It must be somewhere. I think I've got one. It's going to be one of those things where I have to phone up a bookshop and say, can I buy Invasion of the Giant Nits by Gareth P Jones, please? Because I've lost my copy. Anyway, so my wife absolutely hated me writing this book, because every time I mentioned Invasion of the Giant Nits, she started to... Maybe you're doing it now. She started to scratch her head and started to feel like she had nits. And I kid you not, on the day that the book finally arrived in my house, all of my family got nits, and we had to use the smelly shampoo and go with a tooth comb, and it hurts your hair and it's all horrible stuff. So that's my series, Pet Defenders, and I am really proud of all 6 books, and I really like this series. But I'll be honest with you, it was very hard to write. It didn't come very easily at all. I found it very hard to imagine these aliens. I found it very hard to bring these aliens to life. Maybe you could have a go yourself, create your own aliens, write a newspaper report about one of them, or maybe you can describe one and draw a picture, and you'll probably do a lot better than I did. It took me a lot of agonizing hours to get these books right, but I'm pleased that I did, and I'm pleased they're now available for you to buy and read and borrow from libraries.
Look at you in your natural habitat. The dogs in the basket, the hutcher where the rabbits at. Look at you sitting there all oblivious. You don't seem to care about the problems of the universe. You don't know what you don't know. Wave goodbye to the guy in the UFO, cause the girls fly by making you forget. The little green man shooting at your pets. They got your back, sit back and relax. This ain't going down like Mars Attacks.
Wow, thank you so much again, Gareth P Jones, for your incredible video. I can't wait to read your books. Oh, and that music at the end, really, really funky and cool. I loved it. Now guys, Thursday the 4th of March is World Book Day. All you guys have to do for this week's challenge is to dress up as your favourite book characters and send us some wonderful photos to info@leadinglink.co.uk. Now on World Book Day, I'll be dressing up and reading my favourite book, along with Hope and of course Prof. So until then guys, I look forward to seeing you then. Have a wonderful time. Bye everyone.